debates. And in studio with me, I have nominated Member of Parliament, Honorable David Sangok, and also Professor George Wajakoya, basically to look at some of the stories that have been making headlines. And one of them, despite the fact that it's a political issue that seems to crop up time and again, is to do with Mau Forest. There are those who have even political pundits that have said that it has brought down some politicians, including the very right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga when he tried to touch the Mau Forest. Apparently, it maybe cost him his opportunity to become president of this country. But there are those who also say that is not the case. I see Honorable Sangok saying that that's not the case. Okay, there are those who have said that.
Raila Odinga have been in the ballot box since 1997. The issue of Mau Forest just came the other day. So forget about careers of people being destroyed by Mau Forest. You know, you people give us wrong information. This guy have been a perennial loser. It is not because of
I don't want to
Forest.
concentrate on Raila Odinga right now, but what I want us to talk about is the Mau Forest and the history behind it and why it is such a huge issue. Given the fact that we have Kenyans living there, but politicians seem to always try and spin it to use it to their advantage. Right now, we have the likes of Honorable Murkomen, Kipchumba Murkomen, basically at loggerheads with some presidential supporters saying that he's disrespecting the president. Your thoughts, Honorable Sangok, on the issue of Mau?
First of all, Mau is not about an individual. It's not about a community. It's not about a tribe. It's not about Raila. It's not about Ruto or Uhuru. It is about the survival of not only Kenyans, but African continent. First of all, being the second largest water catchment tower in the whole of Africa after the Congo belt. Again, 60% of the waters of Lake Victoria emanates from Mau.
From Mau.
Meaning, a sizable percentage of the waters of River Nile are indirectly from Mau. So all the cities that are along River Nile, including Cairo, all the countries that depend on River Nile, including Egypt, Sudan, Khartoum, Southern Sudan, and others, and even Uganda, all depends indirectly to Mau. Thousands of rivers emanates from Mau, quenches the thirst of millions of people, millions of livestock, millions of wild animals. In South Rift, Central Rift, including Nakuru, Lake Nakuru will not be there without Mau. Lake Naivasha will not be there without Mau. Even in Central Rift, Kericho, Nyanza region, and even some parts of Western. So actually the ecosystem of our country depend on Mau. So Mau must be conserved at all costs.
At all costs.
But my friend, as I said earlier, there are people who are claiming to be having genuine title deeds. Let us ask ourselves one question. Where did this genuine title deed come from? The land office. So even if we get people out of Mau, and the same officers, land officers, are there, they will still distribute that land to other people. Imagine
unless it is dealt with at the root.
And imagine the same land officers have even called the government, because we heard that there are schools which were built by the government inside the forest. There are roads that have been constructed inside the forest by the government. So imagine a whole land officer calling the government to an extent that we are saying now as people from Narok, that the forests have not only been encroached by individuals, but even the government itself have encroached into the forest. We should first of all say shame to the government of Kenya for encroaching the forest. Shame unto forest officers. Yani nyumba ya mawe, ya gorofa, inajengwa ndani ya msitu, na wewe tunakulipa mshahara uchunge msitu. Unataka kuniambia huu kuona? You have never seen that gorofa being constructed.
Evidently, there's
that school being constructed. Where is the forest officers? Where are they? And that's why they should actually all be sacked. Because now we are solving a problem caused by those who we are paying with our taxes to take care of that. Because if I'm paid to take care of animals, and then I come in the evening, one animal is missing, another one is missing the following day, I should be sacked. Now our part of our Mau forest, thousands of acres, are missing, and we are paying forest officers to take care of that forest. Kwani nyumba ya mawe nyumba ya ghorofa,
Ilijengwa aje?
shule mzima.
Professor Wajakoya, unfortunately, politicians seem to use the Mau forest to their own advantage for one reason or the other, but it must be resolved. And like Honorable Sangok has said, it is a matter of, it's not about a community, it's not about individual, it's not about a tribe, it is about the ecosystem of Kenya, not just Kenya, the whole of East Africa and Africa as a whole. What do you see as the possible solution that needs to be done without necessarily politicizing the whole exercise?
First of all, the politicians who have been making a lot of noise, including Murkomen, who is a lawyer, ought to have gone to court to stop the whole transaction for conviction, evicting, and come up with some kind of, to let the court come out with some measures, because those people who are being evicted are Kenyans. And number two, Kenyans under Article 1 donate these powers to various arms of government. We have 3, now we have 4. Now, Kenyans have got legitimate expectation in their government. And where one has got a title deed which has been given by the very government, then the questions come in. What can the government do when they have guaranteed that title deed? It's like an insurance. I get a title deed from the government. Anything that happens after that, the government is responsible. And when now it also comes up to politicians from a particular community coming in and wanting to protect their own, that's where the ball goes bad. They should come in and say, well, these are Kenyans, this has happened, what are the possible solutions? And here is what I have to suggest to the president. Right now, the president is in a very good pedestal. He has gone to the NSIS, and he has fished out officers from there, one of them being the DPP, the other one to the immigration. He should do the same thing to the land office. He should actually sack everybody, all of them, including even the Minister for Lands, because I'm told that even the former Minister for Lands, the former Minister for Kipiripiri, what is his name again? Kimunya. Kimunya also, some of these things happened under Kimunya's watch. Kimunya should be called, and he should actually shed light as to why he allowed certain people to obtain title deeds. Those politicians who were there before, who actually were conduits of those people, who made those people to settle in those lands, should also be called. And for the first time, I'll also say that the sentiments expressed by Gideon Moi were absolutely correct. His tone of language was very different from the tone of Murkomen. He came up and he said, look, this is a problem. Don't blame the government holistically, but let us look at the government and ask them, what do we do other than having these little kids who have expectations in their parents, in the government, being evicted? The rights of children.
And Honorable Sangok, in terms of solutions, we have a problem here because we have Kenyans who, according to some political leaders, are being evicted inhumanely. And I mean, I saw one story of a lady who was crying because her child was missing in the forest. So there's that balance. What needs to be done for us to have that delicate balance? Because the eviction needs to take place, however, in a humane manner.
The solutions. First of all, I'm hearing from Professor for the first time that Kimunya was the land minister, so he may have taken part in Munyari, the Mau forest. Now, the solution lies from what the professor have said. First of all, let us recognize those with genuine title deeds. There must be a transaction of sale. There must be the office in which that genuine title deed came from. Once we ascertain that it is a person either privately or who was with powers in the government, either was a councillor, an MCA, an MP, who then harnessed some part of Mau forest and sold to those particular individuals, let us first of all arrest them. Because the first key of the problem is if that particular individual being evicted from Mau forest, also see justice have been done to that conman who conned them of their hard-earned cash.
Correct.
The first step. The second, after now washing and sanctifying the land ministry and making sure that it is clean from the minister all the way to the district registration officers, especially from Narok. You know the district registration officers in Narok, I believe those people, because I have been there and I have been interacting with them. You come with your title deed, You give out such, I wish I had come with one of a victim who came and cried to me, to my office. He was told, your title D is very clean. After 10 days, he was told you had a loan of AFC 50,000 15 years ago, because he refused to part with something, what we call hongo or kickback. He refused to part. So all of a sudden, the title D acquired a loan. So what we are saying is that let us deal with those one. And then again, let us think of Kenyans. Because for sure, there is no way our children as leaders will be sleeping in warm houses, will be going to school, and the children of peasants, those who elected us, are now getting lost in the forest. They are staying without food, yet their fathers work very hard and acquired land legally, if there is a legal title deed. So let us, first of all, recognize those who have legal documents. Let us evict them in a humane manner, compensate them. The government compensate them. But those who are beyond the cut line, those should be treated as thieves, land grabbers.
Those who've gone
and they
beyond.
should be dealt with the same force that we should deal with a thief of NYS.
All right. And I want us to move on to something else now, because we'll wait for that to pan out. And after the political handshake between Bungoma Senator Moses Wetang'ula and devolution CS Eugene Wamalwa, witnessed by the Bukusu Council of Elders at the Bungoma, and leaders are now taking reconciliation message to the grassroots, urging their supporters to support the move. Wamalwa has been on a tour of Bungoma and Trans Nzoia counties, informing his supporters on the importance of the newfound pact between him and the Bungoma Senator, who is poised to ditch the NASA political outfit anytime soon. Speaking at the Bahali Market in Kimilili constituency, the CS said the unity of Kenya is not about two people, but for the interest of all Kenyans.
Nataka nikushukuru kwa kati mno wewe na Mheshimiwa Wetang'ula. Kama Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga alipeleka handshake huko juu, kwa nini wewe si upeleke handshake na ndugu yako Weta na usonge tena uende kwa wengine? Na mimi pia naleta mkono wangu wa handshake kwa wale hatukukuwa na nyinyi.
Hii handshake ya Mheshimiwa Wetang'ula na Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, sisi watu ya Bungoma tumeiunga mkono mia kwa mia. Watu ya Trans Nzoia mnasemaje? Waja nione wale wanaiunga mia kwa mia.
Imechukua miaka 9 sisi tukipigana, mimi na Wetang'ula, Ford Kenya na New Ford Kenya. Na Musalia naye akaanzisha UDF upande ule, na ikawa ya kwamba watu wa Kenya wanafikiria hakuna siku watu wa magharibi mwa Kenya wanaweza wakaungana. Kama vile yule aliuliza kwa Biblia, je, kuna chochote kizuri kinaweza toka Nazareti kweli? Can anything good come from Nazareth? Wakenya wanauliza eti hakuna umoja unaweza ukapatikana magharibi mwa Kenya. Hivyo ndio wanafikiria. Lakini kuanzia jana nataka let them think again. Let them watch this space. Vile tumeanza jana na Wetang'ula, tutatafuta Mudavadi kule chini kina Oparanya, na tutaunganisha Western, tuongee kwa sauti moja. Na mimi najua tukifaulu, na support yenu ni muhimu sana, sababu tulianzia hapa Kimilili, vita vilianzia hapa Bungoma County. Tukifaulu tuungane kutoka Swam hadi Lwaha, kutoka Sibanga hadi Mabanga, naamini ya kwamba siku ile tutaungana Western Kenya, haki ya Mungu, tutakuwa either namba 1 ama namba 2 Kenya. Na majirani zetu Mheshimiwa Ruto kule Rift Valley, na majirani zetu Raila kule Nyanza, twende pwani, tutafute wengine kule Northeastern, tutembee Kenya yote ndio tuweze kuunganisha taifa hili. Na hiyo handshake ya tarehe 9 March kati ya Mheshimiwa Uhuru na Mheshimiwa Raila, hiyo handshake tumesema isibaki Nairobi, itoke Nairobi iende kwa kila county.
All right, and well, there seems to be also unity in the Luhya front. I'll start with you, Professor.
First of all, I am not opposed to the so-called Luhya unity. You have had a lot of those pacts. Today, tomorrow, whenever there's something small, Luhya unity, Luhya unity. I think I'm past that kind of categorization. I would like to go to Sangok's home like I did the other day and sleep and eat.
Good.
That would be what I call unity. But this tribal outfit of unity, which is pegged on money, which is pegged on people who have lost.
But don't you think it's a good direction to take,
It's
given
not
that...
We have had that for many, many times. Now you have seen that one. You'll see another one coming in Kakamega by our friend Atwoli, jumping up and down. This is an old, outdated fashion which should not actually be addressed at all by people of my caliber.
All right. Sangok, your thought on the new...
In fact, Professor, I've stolen my mind. You know, my friend, I'm from Jubilee, a political party that have a national outlook. And in 2012 is when we had this thing of tribal politics. And that is why we knelt down before God and prayed and asked God to give us a roadmap of bringing Kenyans together, all Kenyans together. The first thing that God told us is that we should break these ethnic political parties. And that is why we threw 14 parties, including URP, which was well known that it belonged to Rift Valley, and TNA, which was well known that it belonged to Central, and Tip-Tip, which was for the campus. We threw them and had a party, Jubilee, that have a national outlook. Jubilee have leaders, MPs from Western, Nyanza, from North, from South, everywhere. We have leaders of Jubilee. That is the party that I can talk of. So the handshake that I will talk of is a handshake of tribes of Kenya, but not handshake between clans of a particular tribe, between the Bukusu and between a senator who have a political party that have only one senator. You know, and it does not even command the tribal vote. It command a clan. You know, when you go down to clanism now, we will destroy this country. So for me, I cannot comment on issues because as a country and as a member of Jubilee, we have a roadmap of making sure that tribal parties like Wiper that belong to the Kamba, Ford Kenya that belong to a small clan of Bluya are kicked out of this nation so that we can have a party like probably NASA, which also have a national outlook, rather than now getting out of NASA and forming your own tribal party. That, for me, I will not go to that direction. I'll go to the direction of...
Professor, do you foresee a time where Kenyan politics can be shaped by something other than ethnicity? Because as much as we even talk about NASA or Jubilee, there is still galvanization that is basically to what we'd call grassroots, but when you look at it critically, it is ethnic. Do you see a time where we can actually have political parties come together for other things, for instance, ideology, ideas that bring them together?
Only the truth will save all this mayhem. When you get a leader who is truthful and who speaks it truthfully, whose integrity is viewed by all Kenyans as a leader who can stand like Wamalwa Kijana, the late Wamalwa Kijana, then we shall talk of this mayhem going away. But these cartels and cocktails of people coming up, pegging their ideology on tribalism, I don't think whether that's going to go anywhere. But Uhuru Kenyatta is doing it. Uhuru Kenyatta is coming up, is propping up very well. Now, the Uhuru Kenyatta we have today is not the one we had yesterday. This man has come up, the difference is he's come up being truthful. He's come up and he said no to this and is actionalizing what he means by this issue of lifestyle audit, corruption and what have you. If he wakes up and goes up and probably gives us the lead, then we shall support him again, should the constitution ever want to be changed. But if we go on in this issue of tribal here, tribal there, I can't sit with Sangok because it's a Masa, I can't sit with Ruto because it's a Kalenjin, I can't sit with you because you are Gitonga from Nyeri, then what is the issue of, or the essence of us sitting here? Only truth will save us.
Okay. Sangok?
Yeah, you know, you have asked a very important question. Can ever Kenya come to forming political parties based on ideas? And my friend, you are not in Kenya if you are not aware that Jubilee was formed because of ideologies, because of ideas. That is why there is no tribal tag. Today you will not say Jubilee belongs to this particular tribe. Jubilee belongs to all. And let me give you an idea that informed the formation of Jubilee. One was that there have been perennial tribal clashes, and we are from the issue of ICC, in which we are not able to handle our own issues in this country. We had to go international. So we decided, let us go the South Africa way. In South Africa, there were two warring tribes, the whites and the black. And they decided, let us compensate the black, who are always oppressed, by giving them the presidency. And then the whites, who are the oppressors, so that they don't feel they have been left behind, to be the second in command, to be the deputy president. That is what we did in Kenya. That is the idea, that the warring tribes have been the Rift Valley and the Central Kenya. Let us compensate the Central Kenya, who have always been the oppressed, by giving the presidency. And then the Rift Valley, so that they don't feel they have been left behind, who have been the oppressors, let us give them the deputy presidency. And the country united. We formed Jubilee under the ideology. And I believe even NASA was formed under ideology. But what we have been having is that I have the Bukusu vote, I have the Luya vote, so can you give me to be the majority leader without any qualification?
Just
give
based
me to be the
based on the
president.
numbers
based on the
tribe,
numbers you are bringing of your tribe. No qualification. When Wetangula, first of all, became the majority leader, minority leader in the Senate, he had no qualification apart from having a clan party. No other qualification.
All right, and I want us to wind up and let us look at the last issue today on Political Point. And it seems that the Deputy President, William Ruto, is setting himself on a collision path with President Uhuru Kenyatta over starting new development projects. While speaking at Karisa Maitha grounds in Kilifi over the weekend, DP Ruto said that he doesn't need anyone's permission to tour the area, even as he promised new development projects next month.
Mimi siombi mtu ruhusa. Mimi ni naibu wa rais wa taifa letu la Kenya. Hawa watu wameniajiri kazi ya kuwa naibu wa rais na wako na haki ya mimi kuwatembelea, kusikiza shida zao, kushughulika na kutatua changamoto walizo nazo. Mungu akinijalia hata mara 1000 nitakuja. Ama muko na kipimo? Muko na kipimo ya mtu kuwatembelea? Si tushirikiane, tufanye kazi pamoja. Na wale wanashughulika na mambo ya kuorodhesha ile sijui nimefika hapa safari ngapi, waendelee tu kwa sababu hata nao wako kazini.
We are better off in the government in 2022. Najua mara nyingine makamu rais anasema kwa mzaa, anasema nyinyi hata mmepoteza kiti cha uwaziri. Kile kimoja mlikuwa nacho kimefanya nini? Kimeenda. Sisi wenyewe tunajitoa katika meza ambayo inagawanya rasilimali za kitaifa polepole. Kila kura tunatoka polepole.
Sisi tumekaribishwa Jubilee. Tumekaribishwa wapi? Jubilee. Sasa tunatoa masharti ya kazi gani? Safari hii ni tujipange sisi, na hesabu ni mbili peke yake. Hesabu ya kujumuisha kuongeza ama hesabu ya kuondoa. 2022 tunataka tuwe kwenye serikali ama tuendelee kuketi kwa upinzani.
Kwa hivyo tunaomba sote tutembee njia moja ili ndoto zetu zikamilike tukiwa pamoja. Na ikifika 2022, mimi kama Dori, mimi kule kwetu nimechaguliwa na chama cha ODM. Bado niko kwenye chama cha ODM, lakini ikifika mwaka 2022, mimi nataka niseme kama Dori, sio kama viongozi wengine. Pale ambako ataingia William Samoei Ruto, mimi nitaingia naye hapo hapo. Asanteni sana.
All right, so 2022 politics taking center stage, but Honorable Sangok, maybe to hear from you. Is the president and the deputy president reading from the same script? On Friday, the president says that no new projects are going to be started. The same day, the deputy president, well, is starting a new project and he says he needs no permission from anyone to tour.
My friend Kitonga, you know, you people from the media have translated yourself, no longer being political analysts, you are now prophets who use spiritual eyes to see things that are not there. But let me tell you for sure, the president and the deputy president are in the same path.
Despite them saying contradicting.
And Jubilee, you know, there is no contradicting. You are reading from a very wrong script. And Jubilee is more united than ever. And it will go into the 2022 election more united. Take that word to the bank.
When you say
now, the president gave clear instruction to CEOs, head of parastatals, and PSs, that please now complete all the projects that you have started before starting new ones. That was directed to heads of parastatals, to the CEOs, and so on. The deputy president is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, elected on a ticket that were together as conjoined twins with the president of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. They were elected together. This is not the old constitution where the president appoints.
That notwithstanding, now, we do know that the president has a legacy to protect, yes, which he has made very clear with his 4-pillar agenda.
The presidency, not the president.
Okay,
the
presidency, fine.
And the presidency include, according to the constitution, include the president and the deputy president. Yes.
Correct. But we also know that the deputy president has an ambition. He has made it clear that he wants to become president in 2022. And as a result, like you've heard from some of those legislators, their focus is on 2022.
Is it the deputy president that have an ambition of becoming a president in 2022, or is it the Jubilee Party that have an ambition of retaining the presidency come 2022 by their own track record? And that is what we are requesting, because we had a 20-year plan. The first phase was for 10 years, which was to be led by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that is one of the directives that were given by God, and we will not back from it. There was a second phase that was to be led by William Samoei Arap Ruto. That was our discussion from 2013. It was a decision that was taken by 2013. So it is actually the Jubilee Party that have the ambition of retaining the presidency past 2022. But if Kenyans decide otherwise, depending on our track record, we'll not blame Kenyans. But for us as Jubilee, we have a plan of 20 years. All those who are joining us are welcome.
Okay.
But they already know that the position of the flag bearer of 2022 is already taken. It's a life wire, it's a transformer, it's a no-go zone. Now, what is available is the position of the deputy party leader. What is available is the position of the majority leader. Even my position of nominee 001, I'm willing to donate to Kalonzo. Have no problem. As far as they know that the flag bearer is already decided in 2013, my friend.
2013. All right, Professor, do you think that the president and the deputy president are on the same page?
I don't think so. I think there is a rift. And that's why you see some MPs playing the mediocre role. Party loyalty is an issue. And I think money has exchanged hands. If you see those MPs talking that script, that means they have been given something. MPs are broke. It's only my friend who is not broke, because at least he houses me.
I'm broke also.
He's not very broke, I can assure you for that.
I think.
But what I can tell you is that there's a lot of mediocrity in this succession politics. Whether Ruto becomes a president or not, that's up to Kenyans to decide. If the Jubilee Party decides, that's fine. But if Kenyans decide otherwise, because I'm also on the ballot, if they decide to elect me
president,
yes, I will announce when the right time comes. But we shall compete.
Well, this is already an announcement that you're making, right?
Well,
to Kenyans.
Yeah, on my party, the Roots Party of Kenya. I'm going to compete like a man. And if Kenyans say, Professor, even if you don't have pennies, come in, I will. The presidency is not pegged for somebody. It doesn't mean that the umbilical cord that was born with Ruto, from Ruto's mother's womb, is different. It could be different, yes, but has the same blood. So there is no specialty for the presidency. It's not a prerogative of somebody to say.
But do you think, or do you foresee like there is trouble in the camp of Jubilee?
Yes, there is trouble in the camp.
What makes you think that there is trouble in
the MPs?
He says that there is no trouble. He's a Jubilee member.
Yes, he's speaking, but other Jubilee members are speaking on the other script. If you look at Jubilee MPs from different parts of their need, they are also opposing. There is infighting, which is healthy. If you have a house without a child pinching somebody's ear, that's not a house. But however, let us look at prosperity. Let us look at where we're going. But these early campaigns are contradictory to what the president's stand is. Because the president says, let us actually focus on the 4 agendas. But if, and that does not preclude Ruto from traveling. He's a Kenyan. But however, there are MPs who are very hungry. They are broke, especially from the coast.
My friend, you know,
I want us to conclude. But
for the first time, I have to contradict with the professor.
That's okay.
We should leave politics. Sisi tufanye nini? Mimi ni mwanasiasa. Sijakuja Nairobi kuchunga ng'ombe ama ngamia. Nimekuja Nairobi kufanya siasa. And let me tell you, my friend, Moi once told us, siasa mbaya ndio maisha mbaya. Let me today tell Kenyans and get it from nominee 001. Siasa mzuri, maisha mzuri. Siasa ya kujenga barabara, siasa ya standard gauge railway, siasa ya kusambaza stima na maji ni siasa mzuri. And that is what we should do as Jubilee. Because hatuwezi ambiwa, sasa nyinyi wanasiasa, what is our job description? Atuacheni siasa, tuache tufanye nini, my friend?
Legislation, oversight.
That is politics. That is all politics because we have to go to public participation. Mnataka namna gani? Tunataka kutengeneza hii sheria namna hivi. Nyinyi mnasema namna gani? That is politics.
That's politics.
Lakini siasa mbaya ndio mbaya.
So you're not about to stop politics.
We will not stop. Mpaka siku ile tamu yangu itaisha.
You're closing comment.
I'm just very grateful to KTN once more. I'm grateful for sharing again with my friend Sankok, and it has been healthy. But the only thing I can tell Kenyans is, the ball is in your court. You decide whatever you want.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Nominated Member of Parliament,
Yes,
Honorable
yes.
David Sangok.
I will support him if you stand for presidency. You know, if you contest for presidency, I may reconsider my stand.
Instead of standing for Ruto.
I'm telling my friend Ruto, we have been friends since I was the SONU chairman in the University of Nairobi. Now, if professors decide to contest, of course I may tell him, okay, professor, I've been more closer, you know, and I know his policies.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable David Sangok and also Professor Wajakoya. That's Political Point. It's now 27 minutes to 8. This is where we wind up this segment of the show, but do stay with us. We've got more stories making headlines. Later on, we'll also be looking at your money right here on Morning Express. We take that break.